Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Eddie. I am owner of LSfabworks. I'm here with my co-owners installing a Baja Designs Road Glide kit, and we're gonna show you how easy it actually is to install it and how user-friendly it actually is. All right, guys, I'm gonna run you through some basic things that you're gonna need for your install. Super simple. All you really need is a toolkit. For today's install, we are gonna use our bracket. So our bracket is a one-of-a-kind system, and the reason that is because we designed a way to take the headlights and essentially mash them together so it flows better with the motorcycle. So essentially what you're gonna do is, it's gonna come with a through bolt. You're gonna put the bolt in and just screw her on in, and that's it. So what this is gonna do for you, this is going to prevent the need for a filler light. So the lights are already gonna be attached. So what this is gonna do is essentially gonna reduce the need for a filler panel on your Road Glide. So what that's gonna do is you're gonna spend less money. It's gonna look better aesthetically. It's gonna reduce about 1.5 inch gap that most other brackets have on their motorcycle, while also reducing the cost that it's going to get into the bracket. So our LNS bracket and obviously the LP6s are available on our website, LSfabworks.com. We're selling everything as a complete kit or separate pieces, however you guys want. So if you already unfortunately bought an inferior bracket that is already on the market today, it's okay, I got you. We're gonna hook you guys up, okay? So this is Isaac, he's our lead fabricator, LNS. So right now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pretty much walk you through the entire process, and I'm just gonna kind of speak on it, and we're just gonna kind of film the whole thing. So that way you have any questions, get lost, you can easily rewind or go back to it. All right, guys, first things first, we're gonna take off the windshield. So just a Phillips screwdriver, 4 bolts, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, as they say. So we just remove the 4 bolts, it comes off just like that. Right now we're gonna take off the windshield thingamajigger, give her a popper. Beautiful. So right now all we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the turn signals. Cool, so to remove the speaker grill, just put your hand up top, literally just pops right off, take the tabs off, and there you go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So right now we're gonna remove the inner fairing. So we're gonna do, that's 2 screws. So that's one by the speaker grill and the one by the lower fairing. Same thing on the other side. So we're gonna remove the turn signals right now. So pro tip, hold on to the fairing so the whole fairing doesn't come apart on you and then you hate us and don't wanna buy anything from us. All right, this is where the fairing comes off. Very, very nice. And that's what your Road Glide looks like. A $35,000 ugly piece of machinery. So right now we're gonna grab this thingamajigger and we're gonna pop it right off. So right now we're gonna pull the headlight off. It's gonna be 4 bolts, 3/16 Allen. Isaac here has hit the gym, so don't mind him, okay? This is his workout of the day. This is the WOD for the CrossFit people right now. And right now what we're just gonna do is remove the housing, unclip that connector. All right, homies, now that your housing is off, this is gonna be our wiring harness with the fuse. So we just pretty much simplified this thing. A lot of our competitors just had a lot of stuff and a lot of fluff that you really kind of didn't need. You had miles of shit you had to unravel. We just kind of got rid of it. We're just gonna route it and we're just gonna take it to the process. So right now we're just gonna route the harness. It is a good idea to find something to cover your fender so that way you don't scratch it. So you're just gonna go in through the center and essentially you're gonna come out the bottom, side bottom in a direction. Gonna pull that in through. So now we're just gonna connect the headlight and we're gonna leave the relays up front. We're just gonna tuck them in nice and snug. So all we did was we zip tied the relays. It's on your motorcycle, so wherever space, whatever you have in there, just anywhere on the bike, just get them out of the way. So right now what we're doing is we're mounting our bracket. It's just the 4 bolts that came with the bike. So you just put those 4 bolts, line them up. You'll notice that the mount that is oriented, the correct way by the LS. If it says SL backwards, you kind of messed it up a little bit, okay? So easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now all we did was we mount the bracket to the 4 existing holes, right? And with the LS here, you can just route the connectors of the LP6s through the letters. That way it's easy to take on and off if you ever want to change the look of your light. So right now all we're doing is we're pretty much just cleaning everything up, zip tying stuff that you want out of the way after you have your bracket in. So this is where the magic happens. Right now we're gonna put our LP6s on, gonna connect one light, and then you're gonna do the second light. We're gonna route them straight through, man. Super, super simple. This is where it pays to have a small Hispanic man, why I'm a larger Hispanic man. He's gonna get his small Hispanic fingers into that hole. Pro tip, if you guys want to make it a little bit easier, to get the bolts on. You can take your vents off. Obviously you have to remove your vents, but it does make the process a little bit easier. It's complicated for some people, but once you get your fingers in there, you can mount everything pretty straightforward. So once you get this bolt in, you're just gonna go to the other side now. Once you have one in, it's a little bit easier. All right guys, so we gotta remove the seats. All it is one bolt, super easy. And there's two rays, there's two rays to mount your harness, okay? You can either remove the tank or you can just kind of tuck it underneath the tank. A lot of people are gonna find it way easier just to tuck it underneath the tank, okay? So that's what Isaac's gonna do right now. So underneath the tank is honestly the easiest way to do it, guys. You don't have to worry about removing your tank or damaging your tank or any of that kind of stuff. It's actually very simple to do. That's the way we recommend how to do it, but whatever is comfortable for you guys. So you don't have to completely remove the tank, but it is easier to remove these two bolts just to get under the tab. So just like that really rich white woman that gets the facelift, you just give it a good old tank lift her up and just tuck her in. All right guys, we're gonna do this next part slow for you. Hey, pro tip, also make sure you tighten your bolts up. Right now we're gonna remove those two screws and then we're pretty much gonna take all of the connectors out to get to the battery. So we'll do this part nice and slow for you guys. First thing we're gonna do, your kit is gonna come with a fuse. Pop the top, take it off. We're gonna clip the end, expose some wire, use your little butt connector, which we'll send you with a kit, by the way, so you'll have everything. Give her a little crimper dadder. Once it's crimped, you're gonna connect it to the harness. So you're gonna give her a snip, just like you got when you were a baby. And then give her another crimp, complete the line. So right now we're just gonna connect to the battery. Cinch her on down. So it's very important that you put your fuse back in after you connect all your electrical, okay? So fuse is in. We stand by all our products. We hand test everything before we send everything out, but we are humans and shit happens during shipping, okay? So it is very important that you test your lights before you put everything back together. I am 99% sure that this is gonna work, but there could be 1% chance and you really don't wanna do everything twice, right? So we're gonna test it before we throw everything back together. And there you go. It's like the sun in your face. All right guys, so now that we know that the lights work, yay, good job Isaac, right, did everything. We're gonna adjust the lights and make sure they're hitting where we wanna hit them. Okay, these guys are over 10,000 lumens of light, so these things are very bright. And I hate my neighbor as much as everybody else, right? But when you are running these lights at night, generally you want them pointed a little bit down so they're not in people's faces quite as much. People are still gonna hate you no matter what you do, realistically, right? But just aim them down a little bit, it's the easiest way to do it. So right now we lift the bike up, aim it at the wall, right? When you have the low beams on, it's a little bit hard to see where you're hitting. So we're gonna flash the high beams and you can kind of see the streak on them. So we're just gonna kind of adjust those a little bit. So all we're gonna do is loosen up the bolts and adjusting them. We're just gonna aim them down just a little bit. So right now what we're doing is putting everything back together. Two more. Bracket for the Lowrider ST LP. Dude, it's raining. Are you bored? Wow. Good for you, man. Set connector turn signals, don't forget that, otherwise you gotta take this all off. And the most important part, the thingamajigger, is gonna go back on the bike. Put your 4 bolts in, don't put them in on all the way so you can fit your windscreen on top. Line up your windscreen. tighten them up. This is what the sun looks like. Those aren't even high beams.
Oh, damn.
Most people don't know this bike has. If you hold down your accessory button, you got a cool little amber light show, especially for the nighttime. Guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this install video is going to help you guys out. If you have any questions or concerns, you can email us. It's going to be sales@LSfabworks.com. That's Lima Sierra Fabworks.com for any information that you may have. You guys can hit us up on Instagram. It's LSfabworks. So if you have any questions, DM us on there. We are a small veteran-owned company, so we definitely appreciate your support. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys tomorrow.